Hello, everyone, and welcome to Family Adventure Day. I hope everyone is doing well today. Alrighty. I'm just going to chill here and let everyone who wants to watch Family Adventure Day get logged on and ready. Please let me know if you are here by putting your name in the comments. I would love to see who has decided to join me today. I know we made at least 10, and I think we gave out maybe 12 or 14 bags to different families. And so I'm thinking that we've got a handful of kids who are going to be joining me today, which I'm super excited about. We're going to be doing some simple sewing things with yarn, and we're going to be using our puff balls to make a little monster or creature, whichever you choose. So I'm super excited about that. I'm just going to keep rambling to myself here while I wait. I hope you guys are all doing well. And yay, it looks like I've got someone who's joined me now. So please feel free to drop your name in the comments. I'm just waiting for people to join me. Yay, it looks like we've got some more people joining us. Alrighty, so I just want to make sure I've got an audience. I don't want to start anything without an audience here to show me how to, for me to show you how to do it. Alrighty. So it looks like I've got a couple viewers. My name is Sammy, or Miss Sammy, and I am here today with the Prairie Public Library, ready to bring you some simple sewing crafts, and we're going to make some monsters. Hello, Dana and Jenna. I'm so glad that you were able to join me today. Thank you for watching with me. I know you guys love crafts so much. So I know you guys are going to make something totally awesome. Alrighty, it looks like I've got a few viewers. So does everyone have their Family Adventure Day bag ready to craft with? And then ask for a couple extra things. So if you've got some glue, that's great. I grabbed some turbo tacky glue, but if you've got regular Elmer's glue, that should work just fine too. I just wanted to make sure everything really stuck when I made my monster. So that's the glue that I've got. And then you might want to have some markers. This isn't markers. This is scissors. I was reading the list too fast. You might want to have some scissors on hand as well. And then if you've got some paper and a writing utensil, that'll help for today too. Just so you can like scratch out your ideas of what maybe you want to do beforehand. Alrighty. And then, of course, you got to have all the supplies that were in the bag. So you should have 2 of these. They should look like this. And this green paper is just to hold the yarn together. So you can pull this out, and you can either leave your yarn like this. It kind of is kept all nice like this. There should actually be 2 threads on there. So if you wanted to separate that as well, you can. So it looks like on this one, there's a really colorful thread, and then there is a green thread. So feel free to separate those if you would like. And then it looks like on this one, we've got we've got the sheet here, and then we've got pink, and we have got yellow. And then buried in the bottom of your bag, hopefully, there should be a needle as well. And so it's a plastic needle, and it looks like this. Alrighty. Who else do I have watching today? If you want to type your name in the comments, I'd love to say hello. Alrighty, and then you should also have a scattering of googly eyes. I gotta flip all these over so you can see them. Should have some googly eyes. Woo. Handful of those. And then you want to have a variety of puff balls to make into a creature. What else is in your bag? Oh, you might have some pipe cleaners. Feel free to do whatever you want with those. And then, well, we'll get to them all at once, okay? I'm just listing the stuff that you have. Oh, you probably have a whole bunch of foam things in your bag as well. So essentially, I had fun making these bags because I just started chucking things in there. And so you'll probably have a variety. So feel free to just dump those out. What we're going to do right away, I don't know, what are you guys more excited to do? Are you more excited to sew? Or are you more excited to make your monster or creature, whichever you want to do? Let me know in the comments if you want to do one or the other. I am fine doing it either way. Either way. And if you did not get a goodie bag full of crafts and activities, please feel free to contact the library. And so pause this video, go contact the library. We'll get you a bag, and then you can come back to it later if you would like. Or you can just watch with me right now and then do your craft later if you would like. Alrighty, so why don't we just go ahead and start with sewing, because that sounds like a fun idea. So what we're going to do, what's the end result? So perfect. Alrighty. What the end result is going to be is something like this. Okay, so this is perfect. That is what we are doing first. So you can see kind of on my shirt that it's this little grid that you got, these plastic grids. This is what we're going to use for a very simple sewing craft. And this is going to be the end result, something like this. But this is the really cool part, is you guys can get as creative as you would like with this one. And so I have got some, we got to figure out what we want to sew first, and then we'll start sewing, okay? So I printed off some ideas of some things that you could do. So you could get really complicated and you could do a butterfly, because I would say doing a simple shape like this is probably going to be the easiest. So if this is your first time ever sewing, why don't we stick with a simple shape? So you can pick a square or a triangle or a heart, and we're going to do a very simple. I'm going to do this one with you guys because I'm a very simple sewer. I can't do complex stuff. But I know we've got some crafty people on here. So I just wanted to give you guys some other ideas. So we've got a flower, and if you really want to go for it, try a hot air balloon. So, and then I've got some more ideas. Oh, a star. Forgot about that. A ladybug, I think, would be pretty fun to do too. But with the colors that you've got, it would be like, I think I might do like a bug that's like multicolored. I think that'll be fun to watch. Or a tree. Or if we've got some Minecraft people on here. If you want, I think the the T-Rex is a bit more complicated. If you would like, I think a cactus would be fun too. I don't think that would be too hard. If you have a pack like this, that's kind of this color, that would be fun to do a cacti with this color. I don't know. I think I might switch and I might do a cacti because the shapes that you got are long like this. Feel free to cut it in half if you would like. Then you can have two small squares. That way it doesn't have to feel so daunting. And then if you have a marker, I forgot my marker, but if you would like to, I think you can maybe vaguely see on this finished one here. But there's like no, probably not. But there's a little bit of a black line around the heart. And that's because the first thing that we're going to do is, if you would like to draw out what you're going to sew, is you can just do a simple sketch with a marker is going to be the easiest. You could either draw a cacti or you can draw a heart. That way you can have some lines to follow. Or if you want a circle or a tree, you can do whatever you want. And then we're going to have to figure out which patterns we would like to do. So this one here, I'm going to get really close. You can see that it goes up and down and up and down. And so they just loop every sew with an up, down pattern. And so you can do it across, you can do it at an angle. You can get crafty. And if you are a more advanced sewer, I'm sure there's a lot of other patterns that you can do to fill the space, okay? But it looks like a lot of these that we're probably just going to want to stick to are lines. Alrighty, I've decided that I'm going to do the cacti. So I'm going to take my thread here. Got to find the end. It just came off. That's okay. So I'm going to start my cacti off with this dark green thread. We're going to find I need to find the white space here. Our needle. And the first part, this is going to be the trickiest part, is we have to thread the needle. And you might want to ask a grown-up's help for this. So do you see that this is called the eye of the needle? So if you hold it like this, you can't see it, and then you turn it, and you can see the eye of the needle. That is where we are going to put the thread through, okay? And so this shouldn't be too difficult because it's a really big eye. And so it's going to look like this. Can you see that? And then if you want to be extra safe, you can pull this thread down. That way it doesn't come off so easily. But it's going to make it a little bit trickier to sew. Okay? Alrighty. And then when we start, we're going to have to decide which side is going to be the front and which side is going to be the back. I am going to, it might be a little bit tough to get through because I think the needle is a little bit wider than the holes. So I started by sewing, putting my needle through one of the holes in the bottom. And I'm going to pull it all the way through, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail there. And then I'm going to go 4 boxes over. So there we go. I have my first thread on the bottom here. And so now this is going to be my front, and this is what my back looks like. See the 2 little ends hanging off here? So then I'm going to tie these off. That way it does not come undone. And you can do this just by tying a knot, or you can, for you more advanced sewers, you can loop, I don't know how well you can see this here. You can loop the thread, see, because this is the tail end here. And so eventually when you get going, you can sew it like into it and tie it off on the back. So you make this as easy or complicated as you want for yourself, okay? If it's too hard, just make it simpler, okay? Because we don't want this to be challenging. Or if this is too easy, then do something more advanced. So, I lost my needle. Where'd my needle go? There we go. Alrighty, so now I've got it all tied off. And then I'm going to loop back through. And I'm just going to keep looping mine back and forth, up and down. And do a couple more here so you can see what it looks like. Because I'm going to make a cacti with mine. What are you guys all going to make? Feel free to type in the comments and tell me what you make. Or better yet, when you are all done, send me a picture because I would love to see what you have made. Because I'm sure some of you are going to make some beautiful creations. Okay, so I did a couple more. And this is what my cacti looks like so far. Because I'm going to have it come all the way up before I start getting wider and building the little arms on my cacti. So these 2 projects, I'm probably going to sew for a little bit and then, sorry, let me get some water. So I'm going to sew for a little bit and then I'm going to move on to the next craft because, oh my goodness, it's 3:16 already. That way you can get an idea of what they both look like. But if you're really into the sewing one, feel free to just keep sewing and you can do the monster craft later. And then if you're really into the monster craft, feel free to drop the sewing and just continue with the monster craft. Do whatever makes you happy. Because Family Adventure Day is all about learning something new, kind of, but also just making something really fun and something you want to do. Alrighty, my cacti is coming along. Do you guys have any questions? Do you need me to demonstrate anything else about what you're doing? Because I can start it again and show you how to do it if you're having trouble. I am here to help. Alrighty, my cacti is coming along. I think I'll probably sew for another minute and then I'll switch over how to demo the monster craft. And then while you guys keep crafting, I've got a book to read if we get that far. Because it's fun to that's my favorite thing to do is when I craft. I also listen to an audiobook usually. And so now I got to figure out, see, this is maybe I'll do, let's see, his arm goes over. Then, oh, no, I got to go back through. Now I've got a problem solve. So, okay, sorry, lost my train of thought. So when I do crafts, I listen to audiobooks. And I love to listen to stories read to me while I craft, because that's really fun. But right now, this sewing is making me problem solve things that I didn't think I would have to problem solve. Alrighty. Sewing is not my first choice of craft. I am a very basic sewer. Oh, now I think I figured it out. Okay. I'm trying to make my arm and I'm trying to problem solve how to sew here. Alrighty. So I just started to make the little arm of the cacti go over here. And so this is about what I've got so far. And so I had to problem solve of how to make it look nice when I do my thread over. And so what I ended up doing is I ended up going, instead of over this way, I ended up going over this way. And then I went back behind it and made a little thread and came back through in the same box and then went back over. And I'm sure there are many, many, many different ways that you can do this. None of them are wrong at all. You do what works best for you. It's also kind of a fun STEM thing when you think about it, because you're engineering how to sew a little bit. So that's pretty cool. Okay, now I've got 2 threads over. And so now that's thick enough. And then I'm going to start making this one go up and then continue this one up and then make another arm over here eventually. But if some of you came here to do the puff monster craft, I do not want to make you wait any longer. So you probably got one of these fun puff balls in your bag. And there are so many different things that you can make with it. I've got some cute examples here. So here is a spider that you can make. And this is an absolutely adorable spider. I would have this as my pet spider because it's so cute and soft and fluffy. And you could just get creative and make your own little creature. So it looks like they used a flower as his feet because his fluffiness covers it. And then he's kind of sitting there a little lopsided, but it's adorable. And his eyes are glued on there. So he's kind of got his head cocked looking at you. So cute. Oh, here's a really fun one. So it's got a base, and then it's just got googly eyes all over it. And then I don't know if I sent any of you a crown, but I think I sent some of you a dinosaur foam thing. And then they've got really fun curly Q antennae. So that is really fun. Let's see what else we've got in here. Oh, and then here's a little creature. So plenty of ideas. I don't think I sent any felt. That's what's used to make the ears on this one. But if you would like some felt to make some ears or anything for any of your creatures, let me know. I can send you some felt for sure. Okay, so you have got all the supplies to make, take my camera down, to make whatever you would like. So if you want to keep sewing, feel free to keep working on your sewing craft. If you would like to make a foam monster, feel free to drop your sewing and move on to your foam monster if that one looks more fun and appealing, because you should have at least a good handful of little foam things. And this is where you're going to want the googly eyes, the pipe cleaners, the your glue, and you might need scissors to cut the pipe cleaners, okay? I got another googly eye here. So this could be like a packer. I think I'd probably make like a snowman monster or something like that, but an adorable one that's all puffy. Alrighty. So, and this is, you get to really let your imagination go here, because like this one is just totally adorable and very unique. So feel free to use the supplies in whatever way you want. You can make something that you've seen in nature, like a spider, or you can make something all of your own imagination, okay? So feel free to do whichever you would like. And since this is and I did want to show you that since we've got longer ones, you don't have to necessarily sew an object. You can sew letters, like the letters of your name if you would like to. I forgot to show you that one earlier. So, this is an example from when Rhonda was here. Does anyone remember Rhonda? And so this is the start of her initials. Okay, so that's the R, and then I think she was starting to do H. But what I'm going to do right now, because does anyone have any questions about any of the crafts or anything? Do you need me to show you how to do any other sewing things, or I give you any other ideas for the monster puffs? Otherwise, while you guys craft, I think I'm going to read a story to you so you can just sit and listen and craft away. Feel free to send me pictures of what you have created. And feel free to type any questions in the comments. If you're struggling with anything, feel free to let me know, and I'll try and walk you through it as best as I can, okay? But for now, I'm going to read Love Monster by Rachel Bright. Read with permission from Farr, Straus, and Grouse. Thank you, Farr, Straus. Love Monster lived in Cutesville. This is a monster. Hello, monster. I think you I think you'll agree, he's a little bit funny looking, to say the least. He lives in a world of cute and fluffy things, which makes being funny looking pretty darn hard. And this right here is the official pile of extreme cuteness. You might have noticed that everybody loves kittens and puppies and bunnies. You know, cute, fluffy things. But nobody loves a slightly hairy, I suppose, googly-eyed monster. Poor monster. Do you see that he has a little heart right on his chest? That's so sweet. This might be enough to make Monster feel, well, a bit down in the dumps, but not being the moping around sort. He decided to set out and look for someone who'd love him just the way he was. I like that the word love has a heart in the O. Very adorable details that you can add to your monsters if you would like. Or to your sewing project. You can sew a heart. He looked high. He looked low. Tumbleweed. He looked middle-ish. He looked inside. And outside. More than once, he thought that maybe non-cute fancy dress-up shop, just maybe, he'd found what he was looking for. But as it turned out, things were never what they seemed. Quite as they seemed. Yes, it would be fair to say that his search did not go well. And then it didn't go well some more. Oh no, he's being rained on. It didn't go well for such a long time, in fact, that it began to get dark and scary and, well, not very nice. Uh-oh. So the monster, having lost all his oomph, decided it was time to give up. Bus to Cutesville and go home. But in the blink of a googly eye, everything changed. You see, sometimes when you least expect it, love finds you. Aww. For the monsters who found me, and one slightly hairy one in particular, welcome to Cutesville, home of the fluffy and slightly hairy. That is so funny. Alrighty. Well, I hope you enjoyed that book. And does anyone have any questions for me? Feel free to make the most adorable or scary. If you want to make a scary puffball monster, you are welcome to do that as well. I'm going to keep working on my cacti here. I would love to see what you have created when you are all done. I'm almost thinking I need to get some different colored thread. That way I can make some flowers for my cacti or something like that. Because did you know that cacti flower? That's pretty cool, isn't it? Oops, I did that one backwards. See, just more problem solving. Just more problem solving that you have to do while sewing. I bet you all are making absolutely adorable creatures. And your sewing creations. Feel free to just keep on crafting as you please. I'm just going to keep on sewing here. I want to get a little bit further on my cacti before I sign off. That way I can show it to you. So I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. I'll show you my progress so far. Kind of been thinking about doing family adventure days on Zoom. What do you think about that? Where you'd get a specific link and I'd get to see what you're crafting on, and you'd get to see what, and like ask me questions as you go. Would you like to do something like that? Maybe? Let me know in the comments if you think Zoom would work for. So here's what my cacti is starting to look like. I'm building up the arms right now. And I've got the loops going behind it that you can kind of see behind it. So I don't know if that's quite working the way I wanted it to. Might have to undo some loops and try again. Alrighty. Let's see here. I can just pull this down. Gotta do some figuring out for my sewing. I'm not the best sewer, but this is what I've got so far. Alrighty, well, I hope Dana and Jenna agree that that would be fun. Awesome. Okay. Well, maybe, because we're going to take a break from Family Adventure Day in December, and then we'll bring it back in January, just because December is such a busy month for everyone, and there's a lot of changes going on with schools, maybe deciding to go in person or not. And so we're just going to take a little bit of a break in December and let everyone relax and figure things out. And then I'll be back in January with Family Adventure Day. And I think I'll try it on Zoom. If I've got some people who would like that, I would be happy to do that and switch to a Zoom platform just so we can chat while we craft, because that's always fun. Alrighty. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And I hope you make some absolutely adorable puff monsters. I didn't want to make one because I just am really curious to see what you guys are going to make with your puff monsters. I've got some examples here, but I would love to see what you guys made. So please feel free to send me an email. I'll type it in the comments quick. Oh, I don't. Okay. So it should post on Facebook. So that is my email. Please feel free to send me photos of your finished craft projects. I would love to see them. And let me know if it's okay to share them as well, because I would love to be able to share them if that's okay. But that's like the saddest thing about doing crafts on Facebook Live is I don't get to see what you guys are making. And that's one of the most fun parts about it. Alrighty, well, we've got some simple sewing, and if you need some more of these, because I've got some big square ones, but I didn't want to overwhelm you guys. But if you would like a big square one to do your craft on, I can send you some square ones if you really get into the sewing. And we've got a whole bunch of yarn, so I can send you some yarn too. And if you really enjoyed that, please let me know. But I hope you guys all had fun today. I think we've got it all. I haven't seen any questions in the comments. Remember that we do have the fall reading program going on. There's a link on the kids page or the teen page, and you can get a free book. How cool is that? And then if you didn't get your Library Champion sign this summer, it's a second chance to get your sign. So if you would like a Library Champion sign, they are teal this year. I've got an example here. They look like this. And then this is what the fall reading program. It's super easy. It's on Beanstack. And you can count all of your reading that you've done between October 15th and now. And it finishes on November 30th. So make sure to do the fall reading program. It's super fun. And then if you've got any requests for any specific books, like if you want more Love Monster books, there's about 3 of these. I can send it to you via Librarian's Choice. Okay, well, I think that's all I've got today. And if you don't have any other questions, I think I will sign off. But thank you so much to all of those of you who stayed and watched Family Adventure Day with me today. Alrighty, have a great day, guys. Bye. Thanks for joining me. Gotta find my mouse here.